I know people are probably trickling in, and God, my iPad. Like, I know everybody's like, "Why don't you get a new iPad?" I promise you guys, this iPad was just a couple years ago. Like, I had one for 10 years, and that sucker never gave me a bit of problems until it started dying. And then you have to send it in, and it costs them. And we were just like, we'll just get another one. So now I bought this one a couple
It
years ago, and it's a dud.
it's still kicking though.
It is still kicking, but like if it dies. It dies. Okay. And so now I forgot to put I forgot. So your comments and your things in the chat. Okay, it's saying it won't install the YouTube.
Oh no. I can see some chats coming through the
Can
phone.
you? I can't see
Mhm.
shiz. Let me see.
I just seen Rael say hi all.
Okay,
I
no
think
chat.
Caleb was in there.
Hello, guys. Oh God, did I just shut us down?
No, I just seen Brian. He said, "Hey y'all."
Hey y'all. Oh my God, today is going to be fun because we are going to talk about our UFO. Now they call them something different now. I can't remember. I know somebody will say it in the chat, but I don't have my chat up yet. But they're calling them something besides unidentified flying objects, which is what we grew up calling
Mm-hmm.
something we couldn't explain, right?
I don't know what they're called now, but my story's technically not mine. I stole it off my sister because it was her story.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Totally fine. I think that when I tell my story, people are going to think that I was drinking or that I was crazy or that I'm full of shit. And that is okay because I know what happened. I know my own truth and I am going to live in that truth.
Here.
I would never lie to you guys like bold face lie. I might tell you a story and then it changed slightly because I'm old. But I heard this guy say one time, like, when you tell a story over and over again, whether the story really happened that way, in your mind, you've told that story so many times, that story has taken on a life of its own and may
Mm-hmm.
not exactly. So I always say, like, this is just a retelling, like, you got to think it's been years and years and years ago. So, yes, some of the things are fuzzy. But I will try to recall it in because I've told this story a million times and people always are like, girl, what? No.
Oh, girl, I believe you.
But, and sometimes when you see something crazy, you kind of think to yourself, like, did that? Like, no, I'm seeing like, you don't want to believe that thing happened in the way it did. And then nobody else saw it and nobody believes you. And then you're kind of like, well, it's probably just like a weather balloon. It's probably like a plane. Maybe it's a helicopter. Like I don't know.
No, do you know what it was? It was a UFO, bitch.
It was, but yeah. What are they calling them now? Oh God. Okay, now I've got the chats up. Oh, okay. Jolie is here. Well, we're waiting. What happens is that we go live together, but then we're like in a waiting room. And Ed and I sit and talk about all the stuff that we haven't said in text or called each other about. And so then we get to gabbing and telling stories and talking shit. And then all of the
Mm-hmm.
stuff gets pushed back. And then we're like, oh God, it's 7:38. Yeah, let's do so. Linda S. Hello, doll. Jolie, Caleb. Oh my God, Caleb, I'm so glad you're here. How are you? Caleb, we need to get together and discuss some stuff. We need to get like some strategies going on these YouTubes. But anyway, Ed, I owe you this tiara too. I owe you
For
this.
what?
For winning the contest.
Girl, you're the real queen.
No, I'm not.
So you are.
Yeah.
But bitch, I did win.
Yes, you did. Classic Ed. Classic Ed. You don't forget.
But
guys.
don't forget that I did win. You can keep the crown, bitch, but I know I'll.
But whatever. Salt in the wounds, guys. Salt in the friggin' wounds. Ray Ellis here. Too bad no one can see my sweatshirt. It's that kind of day. Okay. I have on the sisters again.
You
And
do.
I'm dressing up as Winnie for Halloween. So I got her outfit in today. It's really cute. I'm gonna have, my kid do my makeup. It's gonna be fun. I'll do a video about it. You know me.
I
Everything's
have
a
to send
friggin'
you the
video.
video when
Okay,
I was
somebody
winning.
said, Caleb said they're called UAPs. Wait, un
UAP.
alien unidentified alien problems?
I don't. I don't know.
Poontang?
There's
No, I'm kidding.
there's only one thing I think of when it starts with the letter P.
Me too. Pee-pee? What is it? But I know they don't call them UFOs anymore. I knew that. I've been watching, the late night things came back and they had, one of them had Neil deGrasse Tyson on it. Neil, the really, really smart guy, the physicist,
Mm.
And he was saying, he said, yeah, we call them blah, blah, blah. But like everybody always asks him, like, what do you think about aliens? Like, what do you think about the existence of aliens? Now we know they're out there. And he's like, yeah. Like, we know what we know. Like he's very not like, he's not upset
I
about it.
mean, if there's a little Earth, if there's this little planet with all of us on there, somewhere out there is other. I mean,
Sure.
there's other planets with other things on it.
And could we be, as I've said so many times, could we be a sim in there and they're controlling us? And I'm like, bitch, get my sim up in the world. Like, why is she being held down?
Literally.
I'm gonna need you to put whoever's controlling mine. I'm gonna need you to play a little harder, focus a little more on your game. Do like my kids and never leave that console. You know what I mean? Like,
They're taking too many naps.
yeah, going to school and stuff. You aliens, get me going. Like, I need to level up. Caleb said unidentified anomalous phenomena. I would never phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. I would never have figured that out in 2 million years.
Me
All right,
either.
so David's here. Oh, that Bisha's here. Bisha's. I'm editing a video, but wanted to drop in. Oh, well, God, look at who's got a video and he's editing. Okay. I see you out there, stud.
My video for tomorrow still isn't edited.
Oh, snap. Here's Zane. Boom, 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 boom. Caleb, your man is in here. And oh, I'm so excited. Hello, Zane. How are you?
Hello,
Caleb's
Zane.
like, I didn't get no kisses blown. What the hell? Stop talking to my man. Zane says some evidence suggests that life is older than the earth, but that's for another day. Zane, yes. And that is a whole bunch of stuff we could get into, but we probably won't. People's minds would just go, what?
First off, Winnie, me and you wouldn't be able to explain shit about any of it because we don't know what the shit we're talking
about. Well, we don't. But I do like to hear other people's take on it. Because,
me too.
do you know what I mean? Like, other people know what you're talking about. I'm all the way here for it. Like, go tell me your things because I need to know. Okay. So hey to Brian. Bethany, hello. Always down for some Muppets. Now do animal. Animals just right? That's all animal is. I love the Muppets. Did you? I love Fraggle Rock. Did you guys love Fraggle Rock? I love the hair on Fraggle Rock. I had a teacher one time whose hair did that. He just had a few sprigs up here. Do you know what Fraggle Rock is? It's the Muppets, the show. What? You can't hear me? Oh, son of a.
I'm in his car. I went to get my grandson, and I got his car, so his number's coming up on it.
That's somebody in Ohio, my friend. Are you in Ohio?
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, I'm doing a live on YouTube. How are you?
I'm doing good. This is Kelly.
Hey, Kelly. It's your
Hey,
mom.
girl. Hey,
Hi,
girl.
sweets. Hi.
I'll
How
get.
are
I'll
you?
get. I'm doing good. Getting my
Okay.
nerve up
Well,
today.
I'm so glad to talk to you. I could tell that the accent wasn't Tennessee, so I was like, well, it's got to be somebody at your house, Ed.
Yeah, you reckon right.
All right, doll.
All right. I'm gonna shut the door so this shuts off.
Okay, babe.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry, I forgot to shut the car off.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Oh, oh gosh.
Are you back? Bitch, are you back?
My mom pulled in and you must have connected to my car.
Yeah. That is known to happen. That was
Has that ever
fun.
happened before?
Not yet, but there's first time for everything, and it was fun. And I do enjoy talking to your mom because she's adorable. And I can tell, you know what? Your mom sounds exactly like my grandmother who lives in Mansfield. So they're the exact same dialect or accent. You know what I mean? Being in
Mm-hmm.
Ohio. So I was just like, oh my God. Yes, these are my people. I already know. Like, we're good.
Yeah, everything went quiet, and I was like, "What's happening here?" I was
That was
confused.
so fun.
Was it?
Yes, it was amazing. God, look at Caleb. He's like, this is amazing. This never happens. Like at first I thought, well, maybe it's one of my neighbors, like, getting in their car. But then once I heard your mom talk, I was like, oh yeah, this is an Ohio peeps. Hi, you're on my YouTube live. How are you?
Hello. She's like,
Hello, caller, you're on the air. What do you have to say?
oh god.
And then I was going to say, Ed, the call is coming from inside your house.
What was crazy is I could hear it like out the windows,
Yeah.
like I heard you, and I was
Yeah.
like, I was so confused. But then I realized what had happened. My Bluetooth connected to my car.
That was great. I mean, guys, did you guys enjoy that? Because I did. That was so fun. Yoshi, hi. Delene is here. So funny, Ed, that your mom picked up. Oh my God. It reminds me of times. I know some of you won't get this, Ed. You might be a little too young, but when you had like two phones in your home and you had one that had a friggin' 100-foot cord and you could drag, that was like a portable phone. You could
Yeah.
drag the landline all over your house. And then you had one other line that people could pick up. And then you'd just be talking to your girlfriend or a boy or something. And they'd be like, hello, who's on the phone?
Oh,
And
girl.
yeah, do you remember that? Okay.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now this will take you back to before, but I can even remember when I was little in the 70s. Girl, what do you know about little? But that my dad used to pick up the phone and we were on a party line. Have you ever heard of that?
Where there's like 3 or 4 phone calls going on at one time.
Right. What happens is somebody on the street, you're all tapped into the same line. So your street might have 10 people living on it, and all 10 of them or whatever, you're basically on the same line.
I know nothing about that.
Yeah. So if my dad wanted to call somebody, call my grandma or somebody, anybody, and he would pick up that phone, there was one little lady in the neighborhood and she would stay on that phone forever. And he would get so mad. My dad was an asshole anyway. He'd pick up the phone and go, get off that phone, you bitch. But
She
yeah,
was like
I can,
this.
like, I was too young to talk on the phone. Like,
Mhm.
my sister, she remembered it, but But yeah, I can remember that happening, and then my grandmother saying, "Oh, we're all on a party line." So people, but yeah, the fun times. Okay, now Ed, tell me your sisters. I'm dying to hear about your
Oh,
sister's UFO/UAP experience.
so they were in a place called um I think it's Hocking Hills. She told me earlier because I was like refreshing myself on this story.
Okay.
But anyways, so Hocking Hills in Ohio, her and her family were there camping.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually still have the video, and I tried to get it before this live so I could send it to you. So once she gets it to me, I'll send it to you so you can see.
Oh
But
my
so
god.
what had happened, she went outside, they were like sitting by a fire or whatever, and they look up and there was like this weird light, like a little light, and then there was like literally like spread equally out. There was like four other ones. Well, then they like moved to like a different like they moved. And
Like
then
into a different formation?
yes, and she has this on video, and then like one takes off and then another one takes off. Yeah, it's like really weird. And of course, I'm like, well, there has to be some kind of explanation for that.
Right. That's
But
what everybody's first inclination is.
yeah.
Even
So
you that experienced it.
yeah, so she has 8 minutes of this like recording, and they were like all spread out at the same time, and then like one disappears, one didn't, and then like they just like all started to go. Like it's wild to watch the video. So right when she sends it to me, she said she thinks she still has it. So when she sends it, I'll send it to you.
So
Um,
they never figured out. So they
no,
never no.
no.
Did other people like okay, so did other people where she was camping also come out and be like, what the flip is going on?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's people in the background of like this video talking and stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, you'll see her and her family, and they're all just like this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It's
and
like the movie Independence Day when the aliens come and everybody thinks they're friendly. And so they go to the top of that tall building. They're all like, buddy, yeah, aliens, with the beboppers on. And then they go, "Zzz," yeah, like we're all like, hey, aliens. And then they, smack us
yeah,
down because we're like, we're not going to look away,
right.
which is what I did too. But
So same thing happened to my mother. She was out at I don't know if you're from Ohio, so you probably have
yeah.
heard of it. Jamboree in the Hills, where Jamboree in the Hills.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where all the country music people. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
my mom was out there for a concert, or she was out there for 4 days because she liked the like listen to music.
Yeah.
So
She's a
anyways,
fun gal.
yeah, she was a good time.
She's a
So
hoot.
she was having they were all out there, and it was at nighttime, like when they were all back at their campsites or whatever. And a similar thing happened to where there was like four. I mean, there was a couple other people that were with her that seen it too, but it was like these lights in the sky, and then like they started to go slow, and then they were like real quick and like took off. And so like, what plane does that?
You're exactly right about that.
Mhm.
And it's the sound, the absence of sound
Yeah, there wasn't any
also.
sounds from that
Mhm.
stuff either. No. Yeah.
No. What got me onto this subject was I started watching Netflix. God, Netflix, you charge me so much and give us so little anymore. I want Tiger King and stuff back. I want like those exciting times. Like, what is
Yeah.
wrong with you? You keep charging more, taking stuff away, and not
Yeah.
adding. I'm a little
Or the shows we fall in love with, they cancel them after one season. What?
exactly that I cannot deal with Netflix.
Mm-mm.
But anyhow, I saw this show called Encounters, and there was a huge encounter somewhere in Ohio. That was like the first, I think, one of the first things that they went over. And then there was someone in the UK, like a bunch of people. But I think that these people actually saw aliens. Like all I saw was a craft. So okay, let me go to the comments about this and then we'll get into the story. It's
Okay.
not a big
Sounds,
story, so
sounds good.
yes. Caleb, very fancy. Jolie, yes. Okay, Rael says waiting for dial up to connect forever and then getting disconnected. Ugh. I still have Bill. Well, Bill uses our email. I still get email to this one address, but it's Bill's actual email address we have had since 1990. I want to say 97, 98. And it is an AOL address. So, like, when you go to like get your shopper rewards points and they say, give me your email. And we rattle that off. People are always like, no, at AOL. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, it's still still an
It's
email.
still a thing.
Mhm.
It still gets mail there. We have no problem. At first, they charged for it. It was like a thing they charged you monthly. So we actually paid for AOL a little bit longer than we should have. We realized people were getting it free, and we were like, "What the hell?" But anyway, neither here nor there. But yeah, we have an old email that we have never changed. It's probably not a good idea.
Do
Okay.
you have
But
other?
anyway.
Well, you have other emails. It's not like your
Yeah,
main.
yeah. I have my own, like, if I could give you guys advice on your YouTube channels, those of you that are coming up and getting monetized and getting more like those of you that have your own channels, please use one email for your channel with a similar name that you put in your description, and then use a private email for all things else, like your business, your personal business. So don't let the two intertwine. That's my little bit of tidbit that I've learned from doing this. So yeah, don't intermingle your.
I
But anyhow,
probably need to do that.
yeah, separate. Just make an email for all your business, put it down in your box,
Mm-hmm.
and let
Oh,
people contact you. Get in your box and roll around. Anyway, Saya, oh my God, you're here. Hello, Caleb and Saya. Oh my gosh, saying hi to each other. So yeah, Bethany is saying Netflix is a ripoff anymore. It totally
that's a
is.
ripple. Yeah.
We can stream all the same crap everywhere. You know who I'm loving right now? Peacock and Paramount. Because those bitches will give us a free new movie every once in a while. Every couple weeks, we get a movie that's at the theater on Paramount or Peacock.
That's cool. Yeah. My
So
things
I
are.
need you all to recognize Netflix, that your little comedy specials and your little whatever else, little Adam Sandler things, it's not cutting it.
Right.
And I am very let down by Love is Blind. FU Love is Blind this season. Okay? You
I've
phoned
not
it
started
in.
watching it, but I thought about it.
The first 4 seasons, gold. This season, however, 2 weddings possibly, and I don't think either one of them, spoiler alert, get married. I don't know, but you're pushing me. And Netflix used to be the thing that you could go on and binge a whole show.
For sure.
They have figured that out. No, we're gonna give you four
Yeah.
episodes. Like they're gonna go 12, right? They're gonna give you 4 today. In 2 weeks, we're gonna give you 4 more. In 2 more weeks, we're gonna give you 4 more, and then 2 more weeks after that, we're gonna do a reunion. Middle
Mhm.
finger, Netflix. You guys suck, and you know it. Okay, and they stopped all my whole family from being able to sign in and watch it at their houses.
Yeah. Yeah, they sure did.
You're not worth it. You guys, you on your best effing day, you will never be, and I mean it, you will never be Hulu. You just
That,
won't. Okay.
I love
Anyway.
Hulu. Hulu and HBO Max are my 2 things right now.
Hulu. I love Max because Max is a whole hub now too, which I
Mm-hmm.
love. Okay, so here's the story. Here's the story of a UFO flying up my boobies one night. Seriously, this happened. No, they didn't. That was a guy later that night. Okay, so
That was later that night.
I was in college. I was 19. This is etched in my mind so distinctly. Like I will never forget it. And the more I told this story, people just thought I was crackpot crazy. So I just finally was just like, I will tell it, but you can believe it or not. But this is what I saw. So I will never forget it. I was driving an old Datsun B10, B210, B710, one of those little 70s type pieces of crap that my dad gave me. Okay. I was driving home and me and my best friend at the time, who we vowed to be best friends for life, but yeah, she broke up with me. Spoiler alert, again, plot twist. We had moved into a trailer on a farm.
Girl, we all lived in a trailer on a farm at once.
Right. But I gave her carte blanche. We made a deal. I would pay half the rent on everything if I didn't really have to move. So she always found the places we moved and she would move us in because she was just that. I guess she
Yeah.
got tired of my crap and she was like, I'm tired of doing all your shit. But anyway, I was messy. She was clean. We were the classic odd couple. Yeah, she was gorgeous. She was drop dead gorgeous. When I tell you she was gorgeous, I like everywhere we went, I got her scraps. Okay. Like I got her, like if they didn't want her, they'd be like, okay, bitch, you'll do. You know what I mean? Like it was that type of, she was gorgeous. Okay. Anyway, neither here nor there. She rented us this trailer out in the country, which is about like in the county. Okay. So I worked here in town. And I was driving home. I worked at Captain D's, y'all. I worked at Captain D's. I was working my way through college. And I was driving home in that stinky fish outfit, had the windows down. It was pretty warm outside, kind of like right around this time of year. I turned to get on. So the road that I'm on, it's like a major road, but it's a 2-lane, like highway almost. But it's well lit. When you turned into I think we lived off of County Farm or something like that road. It was a country route, something. And so when you turned immediately, you turned at a cow field, at a cow pasture. And, I had to drive maybe a couple miles back in there. And that's where we lived, on a farmer's plot of land. And so when I turned left onto this dark road, there's no lights, there's no houses. I mean, the nearest house is probably way up on a hill on the other side of the street, but I'm just looking at a bunch of cows. So I see I'm talking the brightest light shining down into that field. And it grabs my attention because it's dark, like everywhere's dark.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the F is this? Like we're not too far away from the airport, like, probably 15, 20 miles from the airport. So it's not uncommon to have seen planes coming in and out of there. So I just thought, well, maybe it's a plane. That's cool. But then I pull my car over to the side of the road and I just I can remember getting out and just looking up at it and standing there and like just the white light of it all streaming down on me. But there was no sound. There wasn't an engine sound. And I know a plane can't stop on a dime and turn
Yeah.
and flash a light on someone, right?
In a
And there was no
helicopter, you would
cell
have
phones.
heard.
Yeah, there was no cell phones. What caught my attention wasn't sound. It was the light, the brightest light. And it had a couple of lights there. There was one really shiny light. And then as I looked at it, I noticed there was some lights. It was sort of in a triangle shape, I guess. I couldn't really
Mhm.
see. It was black as night. You know what I mean? But yeah, there were some little colors, like littler lights on the side, which made me think, oh, those might be the wings of this plane. But then the sound is what got me. Like there was no sound. And it hadn't been a helicopter, not that there would be a helicopter out
Yeah.
there. It would have been crazy windy and crazy loud, right? Um, but it was huge. It was huge. But there was no wind. There was nothing, no whirring propellers, nothing but that light. And so by the time that I had gotten out of my car and looked at it, I'm a timekeeper. I'm a time person. Like I don't I don't F's around. I'm always constantly looking at a clock. Like my car had a little clock in it. Like I'm always knowing and very aware of what time it is. Like I just have always been that kind of person, a clock watcher.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I never live in the moment. I'm always watching the clock. So I knew I had gotten off at like, I want to say I closed. So maybe it was 9 or 10. I don't know. But when I came home, now I went straight from the restaurant to home because I wanted to get this garb off and I wanted to go partying. I was in college. That was what we did.
Yeah.
It was ladies' night somewhere, guys. Just saying. But when I got home, it was after midnight. So, and I know I wasn't abducted or anything. I just know, I don't know how long, because I knew it took me about 15, 20 minutes if I got through no traffic. And it was, we closed at like 9 on, Sunday nights or whatever. So I know it wasn't past 9 or 10. I just know it wasn't. And when I stopped my car and I looked up, and then when I got home, it was past midnight. So, what the hell happened to me?
I'm pretty sure you got probed.
No, I did not get probed. Maybe not.
Maybe not. We're not sure.
But what happened to the time? I mean, I must have stood there and watched them for how long?
Yeah.
Does it make any sense to you?
Girl, none of it makes sense to me. But I absolutely believe that shit.
Right.
100%.
Yeah. I don't have any feeling of like oh, I was beamed up. I was, because I can remember just thinking I had the radio on and that was sort of playing in the background. And then it was just quiet and me looking at that, like trying to go through my brain of, I didn't get scared. I wasn't freaked out. I wasn't nervous. I was just kind of like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening? What devil are you? You know what I mean? Like, I kind of, and a little bit of me probably thought, because I was raised Pentecostal, guys. Yes, one step away from them snake handling, strychnine, pause and drinking. Yes, that's what I was raised in the South, hun. So I kind of thought, is this the rapture? Like, am I being left here? And then I got back in my car, but I could, the music kind of went silent. There was just no sound, no wind, no nothing, just me looking at that mesmerized and thinking in my head, like I was 19. So this is 30 something years ago. Okay. Like this has been a minute, but I still remember it like it was yesterday, me standing there in that polyester fish smelling Captain D's outfit with my little dock sides on and my hat and looking up at that thing and thinking, what sorcery is this? What is this?
Yeah.
So anyway, when I get home, my roommate was out. I don't know if she was with her boyfriend or what, but she wasn't there, so I didn't have anybody to tell this to. And I had friends at the radio station, which was right down the road. And I called, and a guy that I didn't know answered. And that's kind of what clued me in on like, oh, this is the graveyard, the overnight shift. When I came home, the 9 o'clock, the 7 to midnight guy was on. And now here's the overnight guy. I don't really know him, but I knew the 7 to midnight guy pretty well. And I thought that's who I was calling, but it was another guy. And, he picked up the line and I said, I just want to ask you, because we were pretty close. I want to say that radio station that I ended up working for in the end, but they're the assholes that let me go. But anyway, it was within probably 2 miles. So close proximity. And I thought in my mind, because I didn't have anybody to tell or talk to, I did have a phone, a landline, and so because that's all we had then. But I picked up the phone and I called that radio station, and I didn't know the guy, and I realized he was overnights, and I was like, oh God, where's all the time going? Where have I been? What's happened? And the first thing he said to me was, ma'am, have you been drinking tonight? I said, no, absolutely not. I just want to know, has anyone phoned in and reported this? You're close to where I live. The station is close. I've been there many times. I know where you are. I just want to know if you saw it. Maybe you went outside to smoke and you saw it, or, something like, is it? And
Yeah.
he said, you're crazy, and, clicked off on me. So I don't know what it was to this day. I couldn't tell you. I don't think I was probed, but I gotta tell you, I probably wouldn't have been against it at that point.
You're like, well, the bar closes soon. I guess I'm gonna let you probe me.
Might as well. Now everything's closed down. I can't even get a drink. It was ladies' night. You ain't even gonna buy me a drink? Thanks, aliens. I can't even get a drink from an alien.
So I bet you had tons of drinks bought for you.
I did, but I was always with my good-looking girlfriends, so my gal pals, my besties, and, listen, I'm not sad about the cast off, okay? Not one bit. I had me a good old time and have many stories to tell, and that's all we're gonna say about that. But yes, let's go pick up some comments. Jolie says, I worked at Captain D's too. Nice uniforms. Jolie, do you remember having to? Captain D's was this place you always had to say, when someone came in the door, hello, welcome in. Hi. Ahoy, matey. I hated that. And then if you caught somebody leaving and you didn't say, thank you for coming, have a nice day, goodbye, they would write your ass up. It was a weird
I
place.
bet you were so good at it though.
I loved it. I loved being on the microphone. Because you take the, hey, how are you today? What do you want? Fish and fries. Order up. We're gonna get extra order of cracklings.
Why are we so alike? I used to, when I was 17, I worked at Long John Silver's. And when they're like, Ed, you have such a great personality. We want to train you for the window. I said, do I get to wear the headphones?
Yes. They put me, when I worked at McDonald's, they put me in the first window. And I
Love it.
loved it because I just love talking. Hello, thank you for
Me
coming into
too.
McDonald's. How may I help you? What's your order? Today, you get a recorded message, blah, 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 and then the person's like, what else? I hate that when I go to a drive-thru. I cannot stand that. It's like, dude, where's my car? And then. No, I hate that. I want people to say, okay, that sounds great. Do you want anything else with that? How about an apple pie today? How about some french fries? You want a chocolate shake? Just be nice. It doesn't cost you a thing.
No, and it made it fun.
It did make it fun. I love talking to people. You know
Me
me.
too.
I'm always like, girl, look at your car. I love your car. How are you? But yeah. So yes. Hulu is good. Bethany says, Brian says, did you just say middle finger? Yes, I did. I like Tubi. Tubi is good for movies, Dawn. Dawn, I love you. How are you tonight? Andrea said my grandma had a Datsun B210 honeybee. That's what I had. It was yellow. It was horrible. I had to keep gallons of water in my back seat because the radiator or radiator, if you're not from Pennsylvania. I hung out with a guy and he always said radiator, but he was from Philly. So he always said radiator. It's a radiator. But yeah, I know you say radiator, but anyway, it would overheat and I'd have to get out of the car and pull that thing off. And so that's the kind of car I had. I was lucky to have it too. But yes. Hey, Jeanette. Linda S. Dawn loves couture. Do they show old movies or current? They show everything on Tubi. You can find all kinds of good stuff. Dawn, Andrew says, hey, Dawn, how is your pumpkin spice Chanel bag? Oh, I love that bag. Krista says, my sister and I saw a UFO when we were in our early teens. Right? Guys, I don't know what it was. David says, Winnie, you need to go on Unsolved Mysteries with this. I need to. What's going on? Bethany, country dark is dark, right? And when I tell you it's, you know too, Ed. I mean, when you pull off a main road onto a road, you better have them headlights going, honey.
Oh, for sure.
You're not seeing nothing. Yeah, it's dark. It's dark. It was very dark. But did you have missing time, Zane? Yeah. Well, Zane knows now. Yeah, I did have missing time. So I don't know what that was. I don't know where I went. I felt like, guys, right? I felt like in my mind that I pulled my car over in 5 seconds, simply got out of my car to get a better look of this thing. I didn't have phones. I didn't have like a disposable camera. I didn't have a camera or nothing with me. It was just my eyeballs recording this. And I felt like I just went, okay, so it went away. And it was as if, as quick as it showed up, it was gone. And that was it. And then I was in the dark again and I got back into my car. The car was still running. I didn't turn the car off. I just simply, pulled the brake up, put it in neutral, and got out. I was on a kind of a flat piece of land right there where, there's no hills. So I was able to get out and put it in the emergency brake, and my car was still running. So it felt like 5 minutes, 5 minutes. And that's what I thought happened. And when I got home, what really freaked me out about the whole thing was the piece where I wanted to call my friend at the radio station who I knew had been on the air, and I had heard his voice. And I thought, well, let me call him because, I can call him and talk shit. Well, he'll he'll either say he was outside smoking and he saw what I saw or whatever. And he was gone. So yes, it was. Bethany says, "Girl, were you snatched?" I'm snatched right now, guys. Oh. Jeanette says, "You mean you're an abductee?" I don't think so. I really don't. But I mean, Zane says, "Winnie, the fact you had missing time, you were taken." I don't feel like that, but I guess that's what they would not want me to feel like. I don't know.
You wouldn't remember it.
Nothing hurt. It was nothing abnormal in my body or anything. It was
Well,
the
they
same
didn't do
old.
something right then.
Yeah, I was like, you can't take the willing. I'm not going to say the other thing, but you know what I mean. Because we don't talk about that like we used to.
So,
Yeah, it's not fun and games anymore, guys. It's this real talk. But anyway, yeah, Bethany says, "Girl, you were snatched." Zane says, "You need to do a regression therapy session." I know. I really do. And see if they can figure out what happened during that time. I mean, God. Bob Lazar says they can fold time like making a pleat in a skirt to move. It's silent. I guess so. Oh, yes. Are you an X File? Yes, Jeanette, I am. I'm hearing the music. Do, 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 the X File music.
mhm.
I love that. I loved that show. Dawn says, "Winnie, that's typical. People lose time. I'm an X Files junkie." Yes. Time F. ADJ says, "Time." Wow. Earth Files on YouTube is a good channel to check out about aliens. Yes, I need to. Yeah. They left you because you smelled like low tide, probably. Because I had been on a 8-hour shift and closed too. Any of y'all that have, working at Long John's,
Oh,
that
for
smell
sure.
permeates your whole.
Mhm. My car
Yeah.
used to smell like that. Like,
Oh
get
God,
in the
yeah,
morning to go to school, and I'd be like, "Oh."
exactly. Like you'd
Mhm.
left a piece of fish in there.
It was like greasy. The
Oh
fishy.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
just
When
gross.
when you were going out anywhere, like I loved when I got into college and I finally quit that job. I found another job, which my Philadelphia friend, my friend from PA, hired me to work with him in a video store, and I loved that because I could go out from there. I could bring what I was going to wear.
Mhm.
But you couldn't do that working at
Mhm.
any restaurant. You had to go home completely, take everything off, shower, wash. And back then I had tons of hair. I just had long, I had that White Lion hair. Have you ever seen the group White Lion? Okay, well, anyway, they just had the like Britney Fox hair, just
Okay.
teeth and and it
Oh.
was really long. I can remember when I would headbang with my friend, she could be 3 feet away and I could whip her with my hair. So I had really long hair that I would put up in this hat, and it stunk too. So it was you had to do the whole thing.
When you had the long hair, did you tease it out on the sides
I
too?
did. You know what I did? I know a lot of people that did that, but what I did was I would towel dry it as good as I never forget this ritual. I would towel dry it as good as I could, flip it all over, aquanet the hole underneath, and then I would blow dry it just as dry as I could, and then come all back up, and it was like because I'd get a spiral perm, you know.
Mm. Mhm.
But I did tease my rooster uh
Yeah.
bang. Yeah. I didn't do I know girls that would do the comb and then they would spray it and then dry it, and that I didn't do that. I would just sort of leave mine down and let it just lay where it did. But I loved, and if you didn't get it right the first time, you flip over again, do all that, and then
My
yeah.
mother used to have the hair that her hair was long and gorgeous, but then at the top of it, she teased, and then
Yes.
had
Yeah.
this big ball on the top. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah, you tease that where it went like that. And then mine would go up right here, right? And then I would leave just a little bit of little
yeah,
baby bangs out, and all this would just be bam, bam, bam. Like Heart and Nancy Wilson. It was kind of like that. Now look,
I love it.
harking back to the 80s. Yes. So yeah. Let me see here. Jolie said, "Yep, I worked the drive-through. Oh my God, so fun. We had a Captain D's in Dayton. Oh my gosh! Now I used to be in Huber Heights, so I have been to Huber Heights many, 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 many times and stayed there a bunch. So Miss Jelly, hello. Jolie says I worked at Long John Silver's freshman year of high school. Wow, you made the rounds at the fish places, girl. I thought about it, and then my friend was lucky enough to get me that job at the video store, making. I think I made $3.35 at Captain D's, and then I think I made $4 an hour at the
Mhm.
video. Yeah.
My first couple jobs was $5.15 an hour.
Wow, oh God, I would have been like killing it. And then I worked for the place. So my roommate at the time, and my BFF, we were all three like bosom buddies, but they both worked for the place that I work for now. But at that time, we had another center that was hooked up in the same financial umbrella, but I worked at a different location, and I put in a transfer to work for her uh, place that she worked at, and I just could not do it. And I think I made $6 or $7 an hour. And at that time in 89, 90, I was like, girl, I am pulling down this money. But
Yeah,
it was terrible. I didn't like it at that time. I did one of the worst jobs in the building. She was lucky enough to work, in another part that was fun, and I didn't get that. I worked 4 hours a day, and 4 hours a day was woo. It was like 25.
oh girl, I've had those jobs before.
Oh God. Kelly says, "Hey, my Kelly, I feel like deja vu, baby. I've already talked to you, honey." Miss Jelly, Winnie, I missed your Fire in the Sky story. You got to watch it in the replay, Miss Jelly. Yes. Dawn says, Andrea, Miss Pumpkin Spice is great. I'm working on something as I watch. Brian says, Caleb, the gays wouldn't have gotten out of the car, right? I'm a scary cat too, guys. I normally would never. I'm not one. I want to see like drama,
I would have
but
got
scary things like
it.
I know that I used to have a friend who would pull over and watch like people getting arrested and stuff, and that was but I was always like, no, no, that's too close to the no, we don't want to be in on that. Let's go. You know what I mean? And like slow down at wrecks and stuff. And I was always just like, no, no. So I'm not the one. I am Katie bar the door. I am not the one. I'm usually like, let me go on and get to my house. But I don't know. It's like I felt compelled because it was it was just such an out of the realm of possibility type of like this shouldn't be here. What is this? Why is
Mhm.
this here? And I just felt compelled to, but I'm usually not the one. I would usually race by something if I saw some action going down, something that scared me. I didn't feel any fear, and I didn't feel any emotion really. I just sort of was like what is this?
What is it?
What? And then boom, 2 hours of going, what the hell? Where'd you guys take me? This was great. But yeah. Apparently I feel like and I still don't feel like I was ever taken by anything, but I do feel like that people who say that they are taken and they draw these crazy pictures and um they have the missing time, but I feel like they don't the aliens that take them and stuff. I think some of those people that have the horrific like these horrible, like, I felt them putting a probe in my arm, and oh my god, they were sticking me here. I feel like those people like maybe pissed them off a little bit because a lot of times you hear people say it and they say, I had no fear. I didn't feel any pain. They made me feel calm. They didn't really talk to me. Everything was quiet. So I feel like if they do abduct people, they don't usually want you to recollect or
Mm,
feel
I'm sure.
right. They don't want you to have any scars emotionally or whatever. They just want to see what they want to see and then they get the hell out. But haven't they don't they know us enough now? Like at this point, there's two. Like, what else you guys need to know about us? You've taken so many people.
Yeah, and I don't feel like we're that smart. So
Yeah, like you're all obviously superior. You can make a thing that
yeah,
flies in the air that no one can see, and also doesn't make any sound and can just shoot away like that. Like
yeah,
you're okay. Like you don't need to. Why are you worried about us? We're not. We're gonna come out and go, "Hi, how y'all doing? Easy targets." Yeah. Yeah, Dawn, I had cats when I worked. We always had cats, me and my roommate, and she, I would come home and those cats would be on me. Hey, girl. Wow, you smell great. They would be right on me. I had to put my clothes outside and then I could wash them. Yeah, it was that, some places you would work at, you wouldn't get your uniform too messed up. I know, scrubs and things, people that worked in non-smelly places, but if you worked in a restaurant, there was no salvaging. And I know people did wear them uniforms again because I would see them same stains of mustard and stuff coming back in the next day and they would stink to high out. I'd be like,
oh, for sure.
there is no amount of Old Spice that's going to cover that up, ma'am,
No.
sir. You need a
Mm-mm.
change. Please get yourself 3 uniforms and cycle them in and out. Oh God. I gotta find you a picture. I do have it's on my phone. I'm over here looking everywhere. It's on my phone. I do have one somewhere. I gotta find it. Oh my God, yeah, I'll find this picture for you. This was we lived in an apartment together. Yeah. I've got to show you guys this. Evil Bunny Entertainment. Hello. Weird stuff always happens in the Hocking Hills. Girl, yes. Rael says, hi, Monarch. Hey, Monarch. Hi. Jane, yellow. Yellow. That's how my stepdad says hello. Yellow.
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 Yep. Yellow. Cammy's here. Hey, Cammy, you back from your excursion? Yota, were you here? Was Yota in here? Oh, ADJ Ad says they were attempting to learn your superior humor. Well, I didn't find it too damn funny. I don't like in my okay. I have to tell you this, Ed.
Yes.
So my little one, my youngest one that still lives at home, she's 16. She had all 4 of her wisdom teeth done on Friday.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
Oh my gosh. The thing that freaked her out the most when they rolled her back to me, she was hysterical, cry laughing, and I couldn't figure out whether she was laughing so hard it made her cry or she was crying too and laughing. I just don't know, but she was effed up, let me tell you. And my girl has never had any she's never been knocked out, she's never had any medication, she's never been drunk or anything like that. So she didn't it was new to her. And I think it's
Yeah.
kind of scared her, but she said, no, I didn't feel scared, Mom. But I was like, why were you hysterically crying, laughing? She was like, I don't know. I just don't know. But the thing that she kept asking me over and over again was, how did I get from that room to you, Mom? How did I get from that room? And I was like, sweetie, you were gone for, she was literally gone for 40 minutes and they had done it. And they really didn't have to cut them out. I guess they were breaking the skin and they just kind of had to make little slits and pull them out.
Mm.
Mine, they used to go in and they would cut and then they would cut the tooth in 2 and then take them out in pieces. That's how they did mine. And then they sutured part of your gum to your jaw. They don't do that. I mean, she didn't have to do that. So she was up the next day, or I was like, I was ready to, I told her, like, You're going to be sick. I was down for a whole week. Yada, yada, yada. Cut to this was 30 something odd years ago. And the girl told her in the office, she was like, yeah, things have changed a whole lot. Technology's kind of a long way. The medicine, we do, it's pretty non-invasive now. I mean, it's going to hurt. She's swollen. She's got very swollen jaws and stuff that she hates. And she can't really eat solid food. She can, eat it with her front teeth.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, that whole thing. And she's been eating ice cream and pudding and jello and stuff. And anyway, so yeah, the missing time. That's my point is the missing time has effed her up the most. Like, because in surgery, they tell you count backwards and then you get to 9 and you're, hey, 10, you're done until they wake you up and you don't know, like an hour's past. You're like,
Right.
You can't justify that. So she's just like cannot make sense of the time lapse from when she's like, I don't remember getting from that room to you. How did I get? I'm like, baby, you were clear, you were awake and hysterically laughing. You were up, you weren't out. She's like, no, mom. She kept saying, like, how did I get from that room? I can't. Tell me, mom. And I was like, I'm telling you everything I know. They slipped you into a wheelchair and wheeled you right to me. Like that. I'm telling you, that's what really happened. Rest your weary heart, baby.
You were pushed out here. It's fine.
Yes. So anyway, but yes, Jane says same thing. When I had my wisdom teeth out, they put me in twilight sleep. Yes, and I have no memory of walking from the OR to recovery, but apparently I did. Yeah, she didn't either, and they wheeled her. So, but she was. We got a little bit of the video with it. Even though, I asked her too. Now you can't tape in the. I guess because everybody wants to be the next viral video on
Yeah.
YouTube or on TikTok. So they have a big sign, no recording. Well, because it's a HIPAA law thing, right? Because you're in there with other people. And there was a guy next to us who could not. He was an older gentleman. He was probably in his 60s, but his wife, they could not rouse him. Like he was basically like this. And the nurse kept saying, like, you cannot leave here until you are fully 100% alert and awake. And he would, and his wife kept saying, I've got things to do today, Ralph. Come on. She kept smacking his hand like, come on. She was laughing about it. And then when mine came back, everybody was gone except this man waiting on his wife. They were a younger couple, probably early 20s. And he said, I'm sorry for laughing, but she's cracking me up because she was laughing so hysterically. Every few minutes, she would just be like, and she would just die laughing, and it cracked everybody up. And then he was like, I just hope my wife's like this when she comes out. And I'm like, me too. This is going to be fun. She slept the whole day, and they gave her actual pain medicine, but they also gave her ibuprofen and antibiotic. And I gave her a half of her pain med one time, and she was like, I don't need it. So she's just basically had an ibuprofen maybe 3 or 4 times. That's it. She hasn't taken anything. So the kid is tough. I don't
Good.
know where she
Yeah,
gets it.
she's tough.
She is tough, but I was a listen, I was a I was out.
Girl, because the technology back then wasn't good.
It wasn't. I can remember waking up when I woke up from the Twilight thing. I threw up everywhere. I was so sick, and they had sutured those, and then I got dry sockets, of course.
Mm.
So that was fun. But she seems to be doing well. So, but yeah, mine were cracked apart and pulled out. Yeah, me too, Bethany. Only had 3. I only had 2, and and she had all 4. And 2 of them had been abscessed, so she had to have. I was like, oh yeah, she's just like, yeah, it hurts, but what are you gonna do? She's tough.
Good for her.
Andre says the aliens on that ship now can only speak in Winnie fifth in filth innuendos, right? Good for them. I've taught them everything I know. The others are so confused; they're still doing their debrief to this day. Oh, I had laughing gas. Maybe she did too, Bethany. Maybe she did. Maybe that's why she was laughing so hard. Maybe But they never put a Snoopy nose on her, so I don't know. Oh, I love. Oh God, I wish that they would give you that to come home with. Laughing gas.
I could take some of that. Could you
Oh,
imagine us doing it and then getting on here?
mm. Listen, when we were teenagers, well, when the alien abduction happened, was 1920. But you could buy nitrous cartridges at Brindle's or Service Merchandise. Do you remember what those were?
They used to call them whippets here.
Yeah, whippets, exactly. And you had to have the little baker's thing. And a friend of mine came over one night and he said, I've been to Service Merchandise. And I was like, well, did you buy a Singer sewing machine? What's going on? What's happening over there? He was like, hell no, I bought a whole case of these CO2 whatever nitrous cartridges. And I was like, wait, what? Oh my God. But I did it one time and it did feel like really funny. And I laughed for a minute, but then I got this horrible headache and I was like, no, 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 no. I'm out. I'm out. Yeah. Poppers, Jane, poppers, the headache. Fun, fun, fun until the headache shows up. And yeah, that's what they call it, amyl nitrate or whatever.
I don't remember.
Probably,
I just knew that people around here called them whippets.
yeah, nitrous. But then there was something called poppers, or did we call it lampshade or light bulb, or what did we call it? I can't even remember. Locker room. Yeah.
Oh.
That was the thing in poppers. Yeah, that was the thing in prevalent. You had to go to the gay club and get it. So,
Oh, okay.
and I went there all the time. So I was like, girl, give me some of that, Yeah. Honey, I used to get it. That's the best club. Like our town has, when we were growing up, we had a country and western bar. And I went to that all the time. All the time. They knew my name, they let me in free. I mean, they were like, yeah, girl's going. But and then there was like another kind of bar, and then there was like a college bar, and then there was the gay club, and that was the best bar in town to go to. People would come from miles and miles around to go to that. There would always be a fight breakout, there would always be a drag show, and no one would ever ask me to dance. But I always had the best time. Yeah.
I would have danced with you.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
But see, my guy friends were too busy kind of cruising around looking for a date. And my gal pals were too busy getting drunk. So, I did dance with, I knew some drag queens, so I danced with them quite a bit. But yeah, I loved a good drag show back in the day. That's what we should do. We should find us a nice drag show and go.
Let's do it.
I went to see RuPaul. He came to the club here.
Did
RuPaul.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, God,
I went
love
and
RuPaul.
no one came. No one was there. It was I felt really bad for RuPaul because it was a Friday night and the show was amazing. And me and my bestie at the time went and it was amazing. We got to meet him in the gift shop afterwards, and she was the best. I mean, the freaking best. And she wrote like that was back when it was right after the CD came out with the work. You better work it, girl. So then there was another one after that, and he was, touting that one around. I don't know pronouns. I guess are he. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's a he.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really sure if he still kept pronouns of he, him. But anyway, yeah, just incredible. And so I, of course, asked him, as I always did when I met someone famous, I always would get them to autograph "Thanks for last night" and then their name, Winnie, thanks for last night. And so he had the best time with that. He was like, were you, girl, was I drunk? What happened? I usually don't. Like, what? And I was like, well, come on. But he just had the best time with that. And he literally is 7 foot tall, like, because he wears those big heels anyway. But yeah, just amazing. Like, of all the people I've met and seen, that was one of my favorites. And my friend, she danced with. He came, down into the crowd because there was virtually nobody there, and he was he was doing his thing, and she kept up with him and followed him and danced. I will never forget that night. It was so much fun. But yeah, yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
yeah. Good
There's
times. Good
there's an
times.
example of he had a show on Netflix a year or two ago that
Uh-huh.
came out and it lasted one season and they took it off.
I loved that show where he
It
was
was-
going all over and helping the kid.
yes. And at
Oh,
the
and
end
then
of it, it was so good. You think there's a season 2 coming and they canceled it.
nothing. Yeah.
It was
That
so
was such
good.
a great show.
Oh my, I cried. It made me,
I did
it was
too.
like, ugh.
God. When he lived in New York, his little friend, I loved that guy made the show, the one that was blind.
Oh, God.
Right.
I know I'm never going to know what goes on past season 1 because they canceled it, but I
Yeah.
may have to go back and rewatch the only season that there is.
So good. Yeah.
It was so good.
That was good. Yeah. Love RuPaul. Miss Jelly, yes. Cami said not yet. Andrea, not yet, but in a few. Thank you. Cami's going to bed. RuPaul was one of the original club kids in New York City. Right. Yes. Do you guys remember watching Geraldo when Geraldo had the club kids on? And the one kid that was on there, Macaulay Culkin, did the portrayal of him, and he actually killed someone. He murdered someone. One of the original club kids. I can't think of his name right now. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. But anyway, I can remember watching that episode that he was on. I want to say it was Geraldo, a talk show, and they feature, maybe it was Donahue. I can't remember, but I just remember seeing those club kids come out, and they just looked so fabulous and had just their own style and everything. That was fun. Yeah. I'm over here just going on. Cami says I went to a drag queen bingo 2 years ago. Oh, I would love that. Party Monster. Yes. 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 Michael Alec, that's right. He died recently. I did not know that. Oh my God. Cammy's still up. All right. So yes,
She's
Party
partying.
Monster. Yes. Okay. Now is the time of the show when we tell you the things that we would let, and this week it's David Beckham.
Mm.
He did have a Netflix special on that I watched, and I said in this show, no one was watching it with me. I was just by myself in my room watching it. And I said every few minutes of this documentary for the 4 hours that it lasted, oh my God, he's so beautiful. Out loud, over and over.
He's
I just said it.
so beautiful.
He's such a beautiful man.
So gorgeous.
Oh, okay. I would let David Beckham braid my back hair.
I would let David Beckham braid my ass hair.
What? I would braid David Beckham's ear hair. That's how much I love him, but he doesn't have any. But okay, he's so frigging hot.
I would let David Beckham pour syrup all over me and call me his pancake.
Oh, that's a good one. I would let David Beckham keep me in his basement in a well and lower a bucket down, just like Buffalo Bill's Silence of the Lambs style, and tell me to rub the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again, just so I could look up into his eyes every day. That's what I would let David Beckham do to me. Okay.
I would let David Beckham use my mouth as his washing machine, and I'd wash his underwears in my mouth.
Oh my God, that's a lot. That's okay. I see you. Okay. I would Beckham allow me to follow him to his barber shop so that when he got his haircut, I could sweep up all the clippings of his hair and keep them until I had made my own David Beckham hair doll.
Oh, God.
Miss Jelly says gentle stop, gentle cycle, and
Oh, gosh. Oh, I don't even know how I'm going to top that.
you would let
Uh,
David Beckham top that.
oh, I would let David Beckham top this in 2 seconds. I'd
Me
let him.
too.
He could top it all day long,
I would
all
let
night.
David Beckham allow me to be in the room and watch that going on. Like that would be. Ooh, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
gosh. Yes.
I would let David Beckham line me up as a goal or a goalie and just
Mm.
kick balls at my face all day.
Oh, you would love it if he was kicking balls at your face, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because then he would obviously knock me out. And in between the consciousness, I could look up and look into his face and then go out again. Yeah,
I think that sounds fantastic.
I know. I know.
I would let David Beckham use me as his soccer ball.
Oh,
And
okay.
I would let him do so many dirty things to me. It's not even funny.
Okay. I would let David Beckham make me into a furry so that I could wear an emotional support vest and he could just walk me around and pet me all the time.
Oh,
That's what I would do.
yes. Pixie said, Ed, would you did he say did she say would you watch David pet your or touch your banana bag?
Oh,
Oh, girl, I'd let him clean it and everything.
I would be his banana bag.
I would want to be his banana bag. I don't know if he could carry me, but
I mean, we'll
I'd carry
try.
his banana bag.
You know, he's kind of a beekeeper. He has bees on his property.
I'd let his bees bite me.
I would too. I would let David Beckham put me inside of those hives, inside of the bee
Mhm.
suit, and scrape my mask off for honey every day. Because I would be comforted knowing that he would eat that honey on his jam and I would be part of that process. That's the truth.
Yes. David Beckham.
Yeah, yeah. That's all I
Stupid
got. I
posh
don't
spice.
I would be okay. I would get with you and three other girls and let David Beckham and Posh dress me up as geriatric Spice Girls and just continue to do whatever they wanted me to do all day and night. I would.
I would partake.
I
Yes.
would. I
Mhm.
would let David Beckham cut me with paper in between and then put lemon juice on it. That's how much I love him. Okay. That made no sense. That was horrible. That was horrible. I would let
First
him
off, when it
paper
went
cut
like
me.
this and was going like this,
Paper cut. Oh, you thought it was something else. I would do that too, obviously. I would do all the nasty things, but these are the above and beyond things that I
yes,
would allow David Beckham to do to me or allow me to do to
that
he's
makes
just so friggin' beautiful.
he's so beautiful. I'd let him pull off my toenails, and then he could keep them for a treasure.
Would you? Oh my god, that
If I
is
well, it depends on what I get to do.
yeah.
Then yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It wouldn't take much.
I
He'd be like, "I
mean
need you to lick my thigh." I'd be like, "Okay."
I would totally lick his
Me
thighs.
too.
I'm afraid I couldn't stop there though.
I wouldn't be able to, no.
I would allow David Beckham to allow me to clean him like a Persian cat. I would lick the skin off of him. Like I would do so many.
Oh.
He's so beautiful, man. He's just gorgeous. Like I feel like because I used to cry in the '70s over Sean Cassidy so hard. I used to cry like, I love you, Sean Cassidy. I feel like that today about David Beckham.
The way I feel with David Beckham is I would pretend like I was trying to. This is too far.
This is way too far. You can't even do it.
Well, I was gonna say I'd pretend like I was gonna suck a golf ball through a garden.
Okay, Ed. What? I would let David Beckham shave my hair off and then paint a soccer ball on my bald head and have it tattooed that way because he loves tattoos. So I would do that.
That would be beautiful. I'm sweating.
Brian says, y'all really need Jesus now, right? Victoria Beckham has entered the chat and is ready to throw hands. Oh,
I want him to.
Victoria Beckham needs to know all of these things I would do for her. Give you a break.
Because
Like,
she wouldn't even have to do anything.
please, she just be her gorgeous, beautiful self.
Yeah, she needs to eat something, but she could take time for lunch.
Oh, KT Reb SD says, I love Sean Cassidy too. I still have his Born Late. I do too. Have his Born Late album. Oh my God. He's there with that freaking white cover and the white outfit with the baby grand white piano. Oh, oh, I loved him so much. I would still allow Sean Cassidy to marry me in an open ceremony, if, his wife now would agree to it, and I would just do, like, their dishes and stuff. I wouldn't have to be, like, a full partner. Just let me live amongst you and watch you guys interact, and occasionally watch you do a few sexual things.
That's all. Not even that much.
Not even I mean, I don't even just for a second. Just for a
Just a little
second.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh
Winnie
my
and Ed
God.
are teaching us the tricks of the trade. Winnie, my sister had the blue satin jacket with Sean Cassidy's face on it. Oh my God. What? I had the blue baby doll shirt with the little tiny cap sleeves, and it had his face. Oh my gosh, on my flat little chest. But is that iron on that, that feeling of that
Mhm.
plasticky. Oh my God, it was kind of rubbery and had a little sheen to it. Oh God, I will
I have
never
a shirt in my closet right now that has Marilyn Monroe on it, and I can't wear it because when I wear it, I'm like this. It's like this hard square.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to touch it all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love it. There we go. Posh needs some fish and chips. Miss Jelly, right?
She does.
But I do love Trish, yeah, Tracy. I do love Posh. I love
Me
Posh.
too.
Yeah. One thing, she's obviously with David Beckham, but they have like a true love affair going on. I mean, like he might have stepped out, but he explained it in his documentary about how he was away from his family. He lived in Madrid at the time. He wasn't near his kids, his family. He had a weak moment. Not that I would ever, I don't condone it, but I can see how it happened. And he wouldn't even talk about it, but he didn't deny it. And she didn't say much about it. She just was like, yeah, I was pissed. Like that was a lot. That was a bad time. Like I'll never forget it. But like they've been together since they were kids. Like they
Yeah.
were 23 years
Something
old.
yeah, something was bound to happen. At some point, life's not always easy. There's always
No, there has
something.
to be like beautiful people and rich people. Like people don't think because we all think, oh my God, if I could have that fame and the fortune and the no, because when you take money and whatever out, there are humongous other problems behind that. Money doesn't solve shit.
Mm-mm.
Fame doesn't make you happy. None. Ask any famous person if they could come back and not be. They would be like in a heartbeat in 100 seconds. I'd do it, But yeah,
Not
people
Kim
don't.
Kardashian.
Like I've always said, give me fortune over fame. But then again, that's how they got their fortune was being famous. I mean, paparazzi all the time, stalking them, stalking their kids. No, it's no way to live. Can't walk to the mall. Can't even go around. Can't do shit. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't wish that on anybody,
Well,
man.
now look what it's done to Britney Spears. Well, not it's not just that's done that to her, but she. Do you remember she those swords?
Like what? And I love Britney. I love
Yeah.
Britney. But we all wanted to free Britney, and now she is, and look what we did. She had the hottest husband, and now he's gone too. He's like, I can't even deal with this. Like,
No.
I can't. I can't deal with knife throwing Britney because apparently this is what's crazy is didn't her family like keep knives and stuff like they totally locked up stuff away from her when they
Yeah.
had her under their thumb, and now she's her own person. She's fully got access to the knives, and see what she does. She thinks she's down at the local Japanese restaurant just.
She was just swinging around.
And I love that. I love this about Britney is that she still thinks it's 20 what
Uh,
2007.
2002,
Yeah, she
2003.
still thinks it's whatever
Mm-hmm.
2005 whatever, and she wears those pants just above your pubic
Mm-hmm.
area, right? Just like because there's this much stomach on her shoulder.
Here's where it. This is how far above it is. It
Yeah,
is.
it's just like a thin piece of it. She still thinks that's like, okay, no one told me I couldn't wear this, but I feel because sometimes I feel really sorry for her. And then I'm like, oh yeah, we all wanted her to be free. Now she's free. Look at her, she's gone crazy. I just wonder if she's not taking her meds or what is going on, man.
Oh, I don't know, but this.
It's
I
sad.
have no clue. It is sad because there's something clearly not right there.
Yeah, something's
And,
going
but
on.
if you remember, she had a documentary back in like 2007 or 2008
Yeah.
before like all of that went down. And it was where she was like crying on the camera and stuff because she's like she couldn't go for a regular like ride or
No.
like
No.
she couldn't go to the mall. Like she
Yeah.
couldn't
Yeah.
do anything that
Mhm.
us normal people can go do.
Yeah.
And that really started to mess with her.
Yeah. This last thing that I saw on her did say that she loves to drive, but that she's a wild driver. She'll just peel down the road at 85, but whatever. But that she loves to just drive her car, like she loves to just get in and be a normal person and drive her car.
Hmm.
So I mean, more power to her. I hope she finds what she's looking for. I hope she gets the
I
help
hope
if she
so
needs it.
too.
Yeah. She's so talented. But they're saying like, are they gonna do a tour again, like another residency or what? They say that like they don't even think she could handle that. Like that's probably not gonna happen. But think about your day. You wake up in a gorgeous mansion with all the help there to cook. Your personal trainer is on staff. Everybody's there, and you have to fill those days. I mean, we work,
Hmm.
interact with our family. We do this as a side hustle, so our days are filled with menial things that we have to get
Hmm.
done. We go to our own grocery shopping. We cook our own food. We order takeout. We do all those things. She doesn't have anything to fill up her day. So of course, why wouldn't she get on, TikTok or whatever, Instagram or whatever, and just do she has nothing to fill her days. And I think we all wish for that. Oh, wait till we retire. But if you
Yeah.
ever talk to anybody that's just retired, the first thing they say is, "I'm so bored." Like,
Mhm.
I started doing this because I didn't have anything to fill my days with. So be careful what you wish for, I guess, is the moral of that story. But yeah, I wish she had something to fill her days and nights, that
Yeah.
because they say she's a horrible insomniac too. So sometimes she goes 3, 4, 5 days and doesn't even sleep, and then she sleeps for 2 or 3, and then
Well,
so she's got all that time, just
yeah.
yeah.
And if she's not sleeping for 2 or 3 days, we'd be throwing knives and dancing with knives
It's
too.
obvious, yeah. I just can't imagine what you would fill your days up with, not having to do all the things that we do. I mean, I'll never know that, but I'm
And is her
just wondering.
TikToks, like, how she does her TikToks, is that her way of interacting with people?
I think
Y
that's her only interaction with people that she
Yeah.
gets, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh
it's
yeah,
easy
she
for
she
people
did
to
have
judge.
little dogs, didn't she? She used to have little dogs. I think
Mhm.
she still does.
I think she still does.
I think she's always going to have little tiny dogs. That's her kind of
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, T the house. Veronica says, Jolie, she needs a place in the country. Yeah, I don't particularly think that she needs to go off of Instagram or whatever. I just think that she probably should put down the knives.
Cover her
Stop the
hook.
dancing. Like, we know you can dance. I think she's a great dancer. Of course, she's a great body. But even her own kids, like, she doesn't have to take care of her kids anymore because they're grown and they moved off with their dad, and they're trying to make out like she's nutty and all this stuff. So her husband left. So she's just over here like alienated. When you get to that level of fame, kind of like Prince was, and Elvis and Cher and all these people, like, a lot of people in the record industry, they just tell you yes all the time. They just yes, 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 yes you. Imagine if no one ever told you, like, no, you can't go there and you can't do that today. Logistically, you don't have the money, or you don't have the time, or you don't, you know. But no one, they can do whatever it is. Let's fly to whatever. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So it's not roses and lollipops and candy. You know what I mean? But yeah. I love her. Andre says, poor Brittany still needs help and meds. Her dad was so evil, so that needed to end. But wish there was an easy answer for I do too. Her house looks like the Cheesecake Factory, and doesn't she love the Cheesecake Factory?
It does look like
Yeah,
a cheesecake.
it does.
Who
I never
said
thought
that?
about that, but isn't that where she likes to go?
I don't
No,
know, but where she's always dancing at, it does kind of remind me of like walking into the Cheesecake
yeah,
Factory.
it is. It's weird, right? It's just
Yeah.
kind of like all she needs is a huge pie case, and we're done. We
Yeah.
are done.
And invite me and you because we'll be there.
I would be her best friend, but then I can't deal with somebody that can't handle a no. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I gotta tell you, like, bitch, I need to sleep. Like, I can't. We
Yeah.
can't do that. No, no, because I used to have a best friend. And she was basically like, "Let's go here. Let's go here. We're going. Let's." And I would talk until I was blue in the face, and I would always end up going. But that gets so exhausting.
Hmm.
Like, you think you're one, oh, I would befriend this famous person and we would get in good and I'd be her BFF. No, that would be the most exhausting thing you could do in your life at this point in my life. I have a hard time telling just the two people that live with me yes and no, or even interacting with them on a regular basis. I'm always like this.
I
I
get
have
it.
so much going on, you know?
I get it.
Uh, yeah.
You'd be like, Ed and Winnie, let me show you guys my new dance. We'd be like, it looks like every one of them that you've
It's
done.
the same dance you did last time, only you have on a red crop top today.
We'd be
Stop!
like, we haven't slept for 3 days. Stop dancing for us.
I'd be slipping some Ambien in her soup. I'd be like, drink this soup, bitch. You're looking peaked. Here's soup. Yes, I put some Ozempic in it too. Go. Just drink it.
Yeah.
But anyway, Caleb. Oh, thank you, Miss Shelley. Caleb, I thought you left, babe.
He said I
I
came
had
back.
to step away. Whose house? Brittany. I'm
Mhm.
Brittany, bitch. Guys, I've had a good time with you guys tonight. I know the last 20 minutes are usually fun and obnoxious, but I think just Ed and I are so tired that we're like, I got nothing. What do you got,
We've
guys?
got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we do. We got
Um,
things.
yeah,
Our meetup.
listen, what is it? Oh, we have our meetup. Yes,
We have a meetup.
we do. And it's in a
Ooh.
month.
In a month, yeah, our meetup.
Hmm.
And in a few days, oh, I want to tell somebody happy birthday. Happy birthday. You know who you are. I hope you had a wonderful, fabulous day. But yeah, Jolie and I have our birthdays next week.
You
Oh my gosh, look what I
do.
got for my birthday, guys. Wait, can I get my foot up to my oh yeah, I did. I got these new ones
Oh, those are
today.
pretty.
Aren't these gorgeous?
They're very pretty.
They're made by the boot company Ariat. Ariat.
Ariat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're-
and they are so comfy, but they're little. I love a house. I love a house shoe. I love a slipper.
Mhm.
I take my shoes off when I get in the house, and I always just wear slippers because let's face it, this carpet. I'm not walking on it barefoot. It's worse than being at the damn Sheraton or whatever, or the Hilton or whatever. One of those economy inns. We don't know what crime scene has happened on these freaking floors.
I get it, girl.
It's terrible in here. It is scary. There is some. If you put a black light on mine, oh, ooh, it would be worse than crime scene investigation. It would be worse than who are you? Who CSI in here? It would just be luminol all over the. Oh, who got murdered in here? No, no, no. That's just other bodily fluids. It's not actually blood. I'm kidding. Oh, Winnie, I got the wire removed yesterday. It was a foot long. What? Oh my God. What the heck? Wow.
So
Girl.
I have a video coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
And let me tell you about that real quick. Because in this video, oh God, this will just tell you how my week's going.
Okay.
I got like, I think I was at like 4 or 5 minutes of like this video tomorrow is like maybe 7.5 minutes. Like it's a, I literally got to a point when I was filming this video, just so that you guys all know, and I go like this. I look at the screen and I go, I don't know what else I can tell you about this.
We're done talking now.
I was like, I literally look at it and I go, I got nothing.
I got nothing. I mean,
And
sometimes it's
usually
like
I
that.
can come up with some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was
I
just like,
know our minds are just like drained. Like we're just like
yeah,
I can't think of one more thing. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, guys. I'm sorry.
I know.
Tomorrow's video for me, I hope people don't get mad at me, but it's called Louis Vuitton Hates Us. It's a rant. It's a friggin' rant.
I love your rants.
This one is just, there's nothing funny about it. I'm just saying, like, Louis Vuitton hates us. Here's the proof. Now, what do you guys think? Tell me everything. That's all it is. Yeah, when you're not buying a whole lot of stuff, but I will tell you probably on Saturday, Halloween coach haul. I couldn't stop. I had to break my low buy. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't. I'm out.
Well,
I gotta be me.
I have so I have that video coming out tomorrow, which is Fendi. And then I have a collab this Saturday. And then the following week, there is a bag that I am actually refurbing for myself. I say that I'm refurbing it for myself, but
no.
But I think I am, because I have an idea. But like actually at one point in this video that comes out tomorrow, I was like, I bought this for myself. Like this is for my collection. I was like, until you guys see it in a vlog sale, probably.
That's exactly right. Like bitches, y'all know when we like something, when it continues to stay.
Yeah.
When that bag has been here for a few years, y'all are like, she's serious about that. That's one of her favorites. I would do a favorites video, but I think you guys already know which ones I'm never getting rid of.
So in this video, Yet Tomorrow, I'm literally like, just tell me if you've ever felt like this. You
Okay.
think you're going to be so excited about something,
Yeah.
and then I like it, but I'm not. I was just like this. Bleh. Like,
You were meh.
eh. Yeah, and like I'm in my video at one point I go, I think I'll use it maybe once. I might use it once. Like, I apologize everybody about the video.
I can't wait to see it now. I cannot wait to see that.
It's a mess.
You're a mess. That's
I
hilarious. I love it. What? Oh, Jackie's here. We love a good 7.5. What?
No, yes, we do.
Girl, where's that? Okay, what? No, that's dangerous. No, you're gonna poke an eye out with that. Hey, Jackie, money making it rain over there. Jackie says, look, did it about Jackie dying. This bag over here. Okay, Jackie making it rain. Jackie is exhausted. Somehow my creative outlet is another job. The breaks need them breaks. Jackie, you have a great channel. Oh, she does have a great channel. Jackie says, thank you. Linda S., I love your messy videos, Ed. Oh, everybody's so sweet. I love that everybody came by to see us and hear about my UFO story and Ed's sister's UFO story and his mom's story. Thankfully, you don't have one. I think it's a good thing that you don't. I hope that you never do, because we're always going to wonder what the hell happened to those 2 hours in my life. Was it the same day? No, it wasn't the same day. Yeah. Even the aliens can't figure out how to replace the time, like traveling in time. You'd think they would have mastered that and put me back at the precise moment, like Quantum Leap, that I left out and let back in. What? Speaking of leaping out and leaping back in, put your left foot out. You put your right foot in. What did she say?
Your left titty.
You put your left hand out. You put your left hand in. Put your left hand and you shake it all about. You do the hunky punky. I do have a bra on, by the way.
Oh, God. Should we? Because we are going to be together at some point or another. Me and you have to video a video.
Oh, we're going to do
film a video.
We're going to do a video in a cabin in the Smokies.
Yes.
The Great Smoky Mountains. It's a done deal. I've rented the cabin, guys.
Yes, I'm there.
We're there. We're doing this. It is happening.
Okay. I'm getting Friday off of work tomorrow, so I'm going in and putting that in.
Put it down. I'll put something down too. But yeah. All right, guys. I love you guys. I'm probably gonna. I stayed up till 4:30 this morning. I didn't go to bed till like 4:30.
Holy crap!
I was watching. I'm into horror movies because it's Halloween, so I watched episode 3, 4, and 5 of Final Destination, the movie from way back in the day. They just released.
I love those.
Oh,
there's a new one?
Yes, there's a new one this year. So I think it came out last month. So I cannot wait to see the 6th installment. Oh, those are so fun.
They are so fun.
But you know, everybody's going to get sliced in half by
something. But it's like funny. It's like almost like it's so comical how they.
It's so the guy in the pool in the I think it was 4.
Yeah, that was during the NASCAR one, I think.
Do what?
That wasn't that the one where like at the beginning, like the NASCAR race and then like the tire flew in. But
yeah, that's 4.
Yeah, and then he was like swimming and then it like
sucked him down. But he was such a jerk. Like when the jerks get it, you're like, but I love Final Destinations because at the end You're always like, "Oh my god, they made it," but no, nobody ever makes it. Sorry, we're all dead. Bye, bye. Except
Mhm.
for Clear Rivers.
Girl,
But Clear Rivers makes it
she only made it till 2.
too, right? She
She
was in a
died on
padded
number 2.
room, and then they got that bitch out of there, and they're like, "Clear's gone." But
Yeah.
at first, didn't you think when you first saw it, you're like, "Is her name Claire? Are they saying Claire?" But then
I
no,
thought
no,
yeah.
it's Clear Rivers. Clear
Mhm.
Rivers was her name. Like, Final Destination. I love you. And Urban Legends. I love that one too. But Final Destinations brought in Candyman. Remember, he was in 3 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the coroner. He's
He was
actually
in
dead.
the first one and the second one, and then he
Yeah.
was in another one after that.
I think he was in 4 or 5. I can't
Mhm.
remember, but oh, so good. That roller coaster though, in the third one. I
Girl,
could
I
watch
don't
that a million times.
I could too, but I can't ride roller coasters mainly
No.
because of that.
I mean, the slightest thing happened, and it was like, "Oh my god, let me off." Oh, horrible. Ooh, horrific. But anyway, Ed is going trick or treating with Winnie. Yes. Is this Handbags After Dark show? Yes, it is. Candyman's such a good movie. Oh, Candyman is one of the movies that, like, you can watch the original 92 one or whenever it was made, and then you can watch the one that came out a few years ago, and they're still both pretty good. Usually when they reboot one though, I'm out. I'm like, "No. You can't reboot that movie and it's not gonna be that same good." No. It never is to me, but Candyman is that for me. Except for Candyman 2, that sucked. But anyway, there we go. I'm gonna get on a rant about these horror movies. I love you guys. Thank you so
Should
much.
we
Yeah.
talk about our favorite horror movies next week?
Next week it's horror movie lineup. We're gonna rank them. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about plots, what we think should have happened, what happened really, spoiler alerts, all of that. We'll also do our rendition of what we would let Kit Harrington do to us.
Oh, Jon Snow.
Yes, Jon Snow. Jon
Uh,
Snow.
you know
What was it
nothing,
she said?
Jon.
What was it? What's the thing that he said that everybody said? He's not Jon Snow. I can't remember. But anyway,
Well,
the red
remember
haired
when he
girl.
was his wife in real life, but remember when she was one of
Yes.
the like whatever, she would always be like, "You know nothing, Jon Snow."
You know nothing, Jon Snow. I
Uh,
love her. Yes. 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 Okay,
listen,
so
I'm
yes.
writing notes on what I'd let him do so that next week
You're ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. We're doing
It,
this.
it's gonna be something, let me just tell you.
I would let Jon Snow suckle at my breast. God, so just like just like the mad crazy woman in the sky. Remember, she had the 7-year-old still. I would let Jon Snow do that
Yes,
to me.
I,
It was
I
the
would let
shocking,
Jon Snow do.
like
He'd be
what the
like,
Mad King's wife. Well, no, I can't remember. But
it
anyway,
was what it was the so
Aaron, right? No,
oh god, what was her name? It was like John's like aunt because it
yeah,
was his mom's sister or whatever
yes.
or stepmom's sister or whoever.
And then they came in there and she was like breastfeeding that 7-year-old child. And we were
Hmm.
all like,
And they ended
oh.
up pushing her in her hole. And
Yeah,
you know
in
what
the
happens when they push
sky
you?
hole or whatever. Yeah, I loved it.
I loved
God,
it too.
I love.
There was quite a few people not wishing death on anybody, but in that show, I'd be like this.
Yeah, it had to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Love you guys. Thank you
Love
so much.
you.
Wait, Liza Aaron. That's it. Dawn remembers everything about a show. I love discussing shows with Dawn too because she's got a good everything runs together for me. Everything's the
Me
same. But
too.
we're gonna talk about our favorite horror movies next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in honor of it's October. All right, guys, I love you. Ed, I love you. And I will
I
be
love
talking to
you.
you. Do not watch this live back.
I
But
won't.
everybody else, please do.
Yeah.
Please watch and tell your friends. Okay, bye, guys. Bye. Bye.